Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we have seen the frequency response of RC coupled amplifier. Right? So in this class, we are going to discuss the frequency response of transformer coupled amplifier and also the frequency response of direct coupled amplifier. And let's see the construction and operation of transformer coupled amplifier. Okay. See, before that, in the last class, there is a main drawback of RC coupled amplifier, that is the effective load resistance gets reduced, right? So this is because the input impedance of the amplifier is low, while its output impedance is high. See, when they are coupled to make a multi-stage amplifier, the output impedance of one stage, that is nothing but the high output impedance of one stage, comes in parallel with the low input impedance of next stage. So that's why effective load resistance is decreases. So this problem can be overcome by using a transformer coupled amplifier. Transformer coupled amplifier are coupled using a transformer. That is, the previous stage is connected to the next stage using a coupling. Here, in transformer coupled amplifier, the coupling transformer mainly used to feed the output of first stage to the input of second stage. The collective load is replaced by the primary winding of the transformer. So the secondary winding is connected between the potential divider and the base of second stage, so which provides the input to the second stage using a coupling capacitor like in RC coupled amplifier. Here we are using a transformer for coupling two stages. In these transformer coupled amplifier circuit, see, here the potential divider network R1 and R2 and resistor RE, they together form the biasing and stabilization network. Here the emitter bypass capacitor C offers a low reactance path to the signal. Here the input capacitance is Cin. It is present at the initial stage of the amplifier, so which couples the input AC signal to the base of the transistor. Operation of transformer coupled amplifier, when an AC signal is applied to the input of the base of first transistor, so then it gets amplified by the transistor and the output appears as a collector, right? Collector of the first stage, to which primary of the nothing but. Okay, so simply after amplifying, that is the amplifier signal appears at the collector to which the primary of transformer is connected, right? Primary of the transformer. So the transformer which is used as a coupling device in this circuit has the property of impedance changing. So which means the low resistance of first stage can be reflected as a high load resistance to the previous stage. So that's why the voltage at the primary is transferred according to the turns ratio of the secondary winding of the transformer. So here the coupling device has the property of impedance changing, so that's why low resistance of the stage can be reflected as a high load resistance to the previous stage. So that's why the voltage at the primary is transferred according to the turns ratio of the secondary winding of the. So this transformer coupling provides a good impedance matching between the stages of amplifier. So that's why the transformer coupled amplifier is generally application. See, when there is a good impedance matching, then maximum power will transfer. So coming to frequency response of transformer coupled amplifier. Here, the figure, it indicates, see, it shows the frequency response of transformer coupled amplifier. Here, the gain of the amplifier is constant only for a small range of frequency. The output voltage is equal to the collector current multiplied by the reactance of primary. See here, the x-axis shows the frequency and the y-axis shows the voltage gain in dB. See, at low frequency, the reactance of primary begins to fall, resulting in decreased gain. So at a high frequency, the capacitance between the turns of winding act as bypass condenser to reduce the output voltage and hence nothing but gain. So the amplification of audio will not be proportionate, and some distortion will also get introduced, which is called as a frequency distortion. In case of last class, you have seen frequency response of RC coupled amplifier. There is a flat response at range of frequencies, right? But here in case of here in the case of transformer coupled amplifier, the gain is constant only for small range of frequencies. So simply observe the frequency response here, and also here frequency distortion also there in transformer coupled amplifier. See, coming to the advantages, here an excellent impedance matching is provided in transformer coupled amplifier. Here gain achieved is higher. There will be no power loss in collector and base resistors. And the operation is efficient in transformer coupled amplifier. So coming to disadvantages, even though the gain is high, so it varies considerably with frequency. So there is a poor frequency response. Nothing but just before we see that the gain is constant only for small range of frequency, right? Here frequency distortion is higher. The transformer tends to produce hum noise. In the case of transformer coupled amplifier, and also the one more drawback, disadvantages is here the transformers are bulky and also costly. So coming to the applications, here mostly used for impedance matching purpose, because the transformer coupled amplifier provides a good impedance matching. So that's why this type of amplifiers are mainly used for impedance matching purposes, and also used for power amplification. This type of transformer coupled amplifiers used in applications where maximum power transfer is needed. Okay, so coming to the next topic, that is direct coupled amplifier. Direct coupled amplifier, the name it seems that it tells that as no coupling devices are used, the coupling of the amplifier stages is done directly. So simply that's why we call it as direct coupled amplifier. Construction of these direct coupled amplifier. See, here mainly the circuit here indicates the three-stage direct coupled transistor amplifier. See, the output of first stage transistor, that is T1, is connected to the input of second stage transistor. Will be an NPN transistor. So the transistor in the next stage will be a PNP transistor, and so on. So alternatively, we have for the first stage we have NPN transistor, and second stage we have a PNP transistor, and third one again we are taking NPN transistor. So here we are taking the transistors NPN, PNP alternately, right? So this is because of the variation in one transistor. One transistor tends to cancel the variation in the other one. So the rise in the collector current and the variation beta of one transistor get cancelled by the direct by simply decrease in another. See, it's nothing but the rise in collector current and the variation in beta. So we know collector current IC is beta times of base current, right? IC equal to beta into IB. So that's why the rise in collector current and the variation in beta of one transistor gets cancelled by the decrease in operation. When an AC signal is applied at the base of transistor T1, it gets amplified due to the transistor action, and the corresponding amplified output appears at the collector resistor RC of transistor T1. So this output is applied to the base of transistor T1, base of next stage, that is T2 transistor, base of T2, so which further amplifies the signal. So this way again the output of is again applied to the input to base of T3 transistor, right? Okay, and again the output appears at the collector resistor of transistor T3. So likewise. There is the operation of direct couple amplifier. So coming to the frequency response of direct couple amplifier, here for direct couple amplifier circuits, here there are no coupling or bypass capacitors, and also there is no transform. There are no transformers to cause the drop in the gain at low frequencies. So the gain at low frequencies is typically the same as that of middle frequencies. Here the drop in gain at high frequencies is due to strain capacitance of the circuits, and the frequency dependence of the gain of active devices. So that is nothing but, here see the frequency response of direct coupled amplifier. Here drop in gain is due to strain capacitance of the circuits, and the frequency dependence of the gain of active devices. See, in these direct coupled amplifier, there are no bypass capacitors or coupling capacitors, and also there are no transformers to cause the drop in gain at low frequencies. Okay, but there is a drop in gain at high frequencies only due to the stray capacitance. So that's why see the frequency response of that coupled amplifier. See at F2 from the figure, from the frequency response of direct coupled amplifier, see there is a drop in gain, right? So this is the frequency response of direct coupled amplifier. So coming to advantages, the circuit alignment is simple because of minimum use of resistors, and also cost of circuit is low because of the absence of expensive coupling devices, because there are no coupling devices, right? The stages are connected directly. Coming to disadvantages, it cannot be used for amplifying high frequencies. See, just before we see that at low frequencies there is no, see, there is no drop in gain at low frequencies, but coming to high frequency there is a drop in gain, right, due to static resistance. So that's why this is one of the drawback disadvantages in direct coupled amplifier. That is, it cannot be used for amplifying high frequencies, and also the operating point is shifted due to the temperature variations. In case of direct coupled amplifiers, so coming to the applications, mainly used for low frequency amplification purpose and low current amplification purpose only. We are using direct coupled amplifiers. So the next one is comparison of different coupled amplifiers. See, here we are going to compare the three types of coupled amplifiers, that is RC coupling and transformer coupling and direct coupling amplifiers. The first one is coming to the frequency response. In RC coupled amplifiers, the frequency response is excellent in audio frequency range. In case of transformer coupling, the frequency response is poor. In direct coupling, the frequency response is good. Nothing but best. Coming to next category, there is cost. The cost of RC coupled amplifier is less, nothing but low. Cost of transformer coupled amplifier is more, and the cost of direct coupled amplifier is least, nothing but very low. Coming to the third category, that is space and weight. So coming to RC coupled amplifier, it is less, that is low. In transformer coupling, in case of transformer coupling, it is more, and in case of direct coupled amplifiers, it is least, nothing but very low. So the next category is impedance matching. In RC coupled amplifiers, it's not good, but in transformer coupled amplifier, it's good, it's excellent. And in case of direct coupled amplifier, it is good. Nothing but impedance matching is excellent in transformer coupled. So best in that is the performance is excellent in transformer coupled amplifiers, and then after that direct coupling amplifier is good. The last case, RC coupled amplifier is not good. So the order of impedance matching is, the first rank goes to transformer coupled amplifier, and second one is direct coupled, and third one is RC coupled amplifier. See, coming to the applications, RC coupled amplifiers used for voltage application purpose. Transformer coupled amplifiers are used for power applications, and direct coupled amplifiers used for amplifying extremely low frequencies. Okay, so this is the comparison of these coupled amplifiers, that is RC coupled amplifier and transformer coupled amplifier, and then direct coupled amplifier. So this is the comparison between these different types of coupled amplifiers. Thank you.